People also complain that they keep on calling the Abu Dhabi Visa Center and there's no one to take the telephone call. If they send the emails, all they would get is a standardized, stereotypical, automated response that says, "Dear sir, madam."
Yeah.
And there's no real human contact with the visa officer or with the visa center.
Well, Moeed, I'm happy to take the suggestion that we do better on interfacing with people. We do have the possibility to track visa applications on the web, but I know that some people are frustrated with that or cannot do it too. So we're constantly looking for ways in which we can make our service better. But we have to grapple with the reality that we are coping around the world and as far as Pakistan is concerned, with very high volumes of visa applications.
I wonder if you can actually establish a point of access inside Pakistan. Instead, at the moment, the whole reliance is on the Jerry's, on the courier service, right? If you can do something, I think it will make a huge difference.
Well, I'll look at it. But Jerry's is our business model, and for the vast majority of the travelling public, it works.
I'm still very interested in what can be done to improve the process, but let me take a quick break. Nazim, we take a quick break, and when we come back, we connect back to the discussion from the same point. Nazim, welcome back to Dunia Today. I'm joined here by British High Commissioner to Pakistan, Mr. Adam Thompson, and just before the break, we were still talking about the visa policy, which I think is very important to many people in Pakistan. Mr. High Commissioner, the point which I need to understand is that many people I talk to the attorneys, the lawyers who deal with it, many students before I came to discuss this thing with you, they think that if a face-to-face, if at least in the appeal process, there is a face-to-face opportunity for the students and for the visa applicants to explain themselves, it would be much more easier for them because, there's so many mistakes happen, so much misunderstanding takes place by purely assessment center.
I'm not a visa expert. I don't particularly dispute your point, but if we're having to deal with 130,000 applications a year and rising, we're just no longer able to do interviewing.
I'm saying interview those people who have the appeal, who are in the administrative review. If you have 130,000 people, a few thousand of them you say are rejected, a certain percentage, they should have an appeal process inside Pakistan.
Maybe. At the moment, though, we have overcome the backlog on appeals, so we're turning them around much faster than we've been able to in recent months, I'm happy to say.
Another important thing that has happened in the last 2 years is that the students used to have a full-fledged appeal process, just like the relatives of the people who were being sponsored for Britain. But now that appeal process has been curtailed and reduced in the form of a formal administrative review. So students can't go to British courts in terms of the appeal, which itself is an important denial.
I'm not familiar with the detail there, Moeed, I have to say, in my first 6 weeks. But we are really committed to getting our visa decisions as right as we can. The appeal process is absolutely scrupulous. I know that's one of the reasons why it takes such a long time. And to repeat, I really do want to see genuine Pakistani students going in greater numbers to the UK. So we are constantly looking at ways in which we can streamline our processes to make them quicker, make them fairer. Indeed, we give people the right of appeal, which isn't the case in every country, and to do that within our business constraints, if you like, of both budget and volume.
No, I understand. I don't want to go into the technicalities now. I understand that. This is a different subject, but since we all emphasize upon the historical ties, what worries me is, I'm afraid, is that if Pakistanis cannot easily travel to Great Britain, cannot easily study medicine, professionally train in Britain, cannot study accounting or management or social sciences in Britain, which has been a source of great inspiration for the student community in this country, then those historical ties are at risk, which we're all so proud of it. For instance, look at this. The bogus colleges, after all, it's a fact that students were issued visas who went ahead to study in those one-room bogus colleges. They never had the proper courses. And now the British government is looking into these bogus colleges. At the same time, students who were bound for universities like Oxford and Cambridge and London School of Economics, or universities in Manchester and Birmingham, like you missed, were denied the visas.
I completely agree with you on bogus colleges, which is why the British government is closing them down. It's looking very, very hard at them. 134 have been closed already, and there's a certification process. It's totally unfair to a Pakistani student to have handed over their money and find that they're not getting a genuine education. It's totally unfair to those who are going to genuine colleges in the UK to have their qualifications tainted by the sense that it might have been bogus in some fashion. But there is some responsibility, after all, on the Pakistani student to make sure that they are applying to a genuine place. And we've got a British Pakistani community in the UK that is driving this, is pulling this along, because it is flourishing.
How do you think this British Pakistani community can act as a bridge between Great Britain and Pakistan?